I'm gonna be at Grandma's house for a little bit.
If I belong, okay. All will be
Nothing's gonna bother us. Not anymore. We have our son back.
when you're
We are a family again.
Hola mis amigos, soy Melissa Hernández y hoy estoy con los protagonistas de la película Insidious 2, Patrick Wilson y Lin Shay. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola, hola.
Ay, mira, con español y todo.
I just...
Are you alone?
No. She's here.
Where is she?
Insidious 2, a great film, horror film, but now let's be real. If you're living in this house, would you really stay there if there's ghosts following you around? Well, you're not. You're the medium. This is all for Patrick.
I'm fine.
Would you move? You know how awful it is to move? Actually, that was, you know, it's funny you say that because in the first one, that was one of the conventions that James Wan, our director, really wanted to turn on its head. James and Lee came up with this idea of like, you know what? Nobody ever moves in a haunted house film. Let's move. So in the first film, we moved. So we've sort of already done that.
That was great. I didn't even know that. So then, and then the ghost follow you.
That was a very conscious choice of like, nobody ever moves from a haunted house. You just try and deal with it. So in the first one, we moved, and yet still follows
you.
So I think we're past that. The Lambert family knows that no matter where they go, they got to deal with it.
You really love these horror films. Now, they always ask, what cables are crossed when you like all these horror films?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, what is really wrong with you?
A lot. Some very dark thoughts. I don't know. I love watching. I always loved Halloween when I was a kid. I loved seeing people be scared. It's really fun to make movies and see people physically react to the movies. I've always loved scary stuff. We're doing 2 haunted houses this October in LA, so to actually scare people in real life. So I don't know why. It was a strange and twisted childhood.
Lynn, your character stays on this cliffhanger in the first film. Now, was that set up that way for this part 2, for the sequel, or not really?
I think because when you see things as a kid, it's a lot about the experience you have. You know, I think a great horror movie is a lot about a comedy. Like I feel like you want to see it with a group of people. You want to feel that energy, feel the scare together, feel the humor together. And I think, so for me, I think about seeing that with my family, with my brothers, and feeling that terror. You know?
Now, this film, Insidious 2, all about ghosts, supernatural. Did you ever feel on set, either in the first one or in the second one, that there was some kind of supernatural powers? Because you hear that sometimes on set of these scary movies.
I didn't really, you don't really want to tempt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I guess if you're
either.
in a place that they say is haunted, I don't need to hang out there after work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't need to have a drink there.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm just gonna do my scenes and go home.
See, I'm convinced that there's a ghost in my studio and I'm dying to whip out the Ouija board, but I'm guessing it's not a good idea.
I think
Could be a good ghost.
I highly doubt it.
Be respectful.
I highly doubt it. There's things falling over all the time. You never know what's going to happen.
Just trying to get your attention.
If you lived in a house that you felt was haunted, would you stay there, or would you try to move?
I would move immediately.
You would move?
Yes, I'd get out.
But if
I'd
they
get out of
follow
town.
you, what are you gonna do?
I'd keep moving.
You just keep going from place to place.
Then I'd come to Miami.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Even though moving is really not fun.
I know, it's terrible.
But moving to Miami is always fun.
Moving to Miami is great.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Get out of my head! Shut up!
Please, no.
Is there something wrong with Daddy, Mom?
Insidious Chapter 2, clasificada PG-13, en cines viernes 13.